ancient friends on online gaming. Me and Stu Beck used to play World of Warcraft together, and then he was a raid officer. Sorry, a squad lead officer in PlanetSide 2, and he's one of my oldest gaming buddies. Top bloke.
Oh, well,
So
it's a pleasure to have you here.
I bunged him a message on Steam and said, "Hey, we're doing this. Have a look. Fantastic to see you, mate. Welcome to the show. We've just gone live, so there's no bugger watching yet, but it hots up as the morning progresses."
Oh dear. Right. So we're playing against humans, playing about 100 TV over the top of them. Blitz with Mighty Blow, Blitz with Dodge, Blitz with Agility 4, and a dirty player. So he's going to get a bribe and he's going to foul. So if he's having a bribe, I'm having a bribe. Bring it on! Bring it on.
Who are you playing with? Who have you queued up?
The Flaming Hot Munch.
The Flaming Hot ones. Are you not loving them elves at the minute? After all that, I want to be Dark Elf, and now you just... Is it gone?
No.
The love affair? Is the honeymoon over?
No, I love playing Dark Elves. I just don't think the stream like me watching me play Dark Elves. So,
why not?
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think they enjoy it. Oh, my good lady's just texted me good morning.
Well, look, I tell you what. Fail to win with the Necro, get slightly annoyed with them, and then we'll come and play Dark Elves next day.
Fail to win with it. No, we're going for a clean sweep here. 5 out of 5 today. 5-5. Mr. Positivity, happiness, and 5 out of 5 for winning. None of this fucking 3-1-1 or whatever the shit was yesterday. Ugh, dear.
I'm just trying to manage your expectations.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Alright, Rafa, calm down.
2 point. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the show. And why are we having a lot of Kitten? You haven't just got Kitten on the follow little films, have you?
No, I think
that.
Right, let me go and edit it. So I'm going to put Kitten on pause.
No, I mean, I'm not saying I don't like Kitten, but I want to make sure that we've got everybody.
No, Kelly and Rachel. It's going to be a Kelly and Rachel day today. I'm on Twitch. It's time for a Kelly and Rachel-a-thon, and we'll see who is favourite.
Morning, Steve, Fant Fox, Doman, hello. God, they look a bit serious in them uniforms, don't they? Midnight blue. Yeah.
There we go. Right. So, I'm even armed with a cup of coffee, and I even brought the sugar pot up with me, just so I've made a lovely coffee. We can see I've got a coffee pot in the background. Alright, can we receive, please, Bob?
That was fascinating. Thanks, mate.
What? Oh, sorry. It's because I was reading a text message at the same time. It's important that...
Don't multitask.
It's important.
You come across as feckless when you multitask, because people don't realise you're doing something else.
Oh, okay.
You get appraisals in your job. Is this never mentioned?
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is. I don't know. I'm concentrating now.
I'm never really paying attention.
No, I should turn off.
Yeah, you concentrate on setting up, and I want some jaunty name for this setup as well. I want some recognisable.
It started liking to bench the best player on the team.
Can't bench old Fiction. He's a good boy. Crufts winner and all that. Jester Jensen. Good morning, my friend. Welcome to the show. Whilst Andy's on holiday, this is normal. We normally kick off hardest working Blood Bowl streamers on your TV. Well, yeah. Hello, Craig. Fant Fox says he disagrees that you're feckless, Andy. In fact, you have plenty of feck.
Wow.
Well, that's quite a conventional formation. What's that, arrowhead?
Yeah, it's just standard, isn't it? It's
standard. You're gonna save it to your setup so you can have it again quick. So save it to your setup. Go on.
There you go.
That's a pro tip, by the way. That's a pro tip, and it's free. A
Mhm.
free pro tip.
It, it does. Oh, hang on. What?
What?
Oh, oh,
What?
fucking hell, we're receiving.
Looks that way, doesn't it? Well, so he must have set up mega quick. Did he? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Was anybody actually paying
I
attention to what
swear he
happened there?
received.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, the ball's right there. You know,
Um,
you're right. You've chuffed up a couple of scrimmage blocks, but hey, never mind. Well, I mean, look, how about this for an idea? You can always get Fiction to shuffle all them lads along one and drop them in front of the white or something if you really wanted to. Jester, thank you ever so much. That was not a foregone conclusion, that game. Miko's good, and he didn't like the look of his team. So, yeah, that was tight. But, yeah, I was pleased with that one. Very pleased.
okay, well, let's try and make the. Fuck off. Make the best of a bad situation here. Oh.
Not yet. You can't. You can't yet.
Sorry, the reason I'm annoyed there is because that's a 90% chance of knocking that down, and then you get to foul it, and we've got a bribe, and he's got a bribe. So the most dangerous player on his team by a country standout mile is that dirty player.
Never mind. Never mind. I was watching Jimmy's Match Day 7 with his lizards last night. It was on YouTube. He did what you did. He won, but he wasn't happy. Wasn't happy. Fanfuck says get some more sugar in the coffee.
Well, it's because I was making coffee, and I was like, oh, he's just clicked setup, and I didn't see that he'd that had happened. Oh, well.
Ellie Much, thank you ever so much for the follow. Welcome to the show. And I'm sorry that we normally would have had a little cute kitten there to welcome you. So I hope Kelly was appropriate. She sends hugs too. I think he'd taken the outrageous step of saving his formations and just went with that fairly standard defence and click go. So he was quick. That's probably what threw you. That was what happened to Newcastle at the weekend. That John Joe Shelby was just putting in a Domino's pizza order when he trod on Dele Alli and got sent off. So it can happen to anyone, mate. Indeed, Craig. Unbelievable, Jeff. Funnily enough, people have made various comments over the last few weeks as to where our accents are from and what we sound like. I was actually born in the same place that Jeff Stelling is from, so there you go. If I'm going for any public personality to emulate in punditry, Jeff Stelling. Enjoying your coffee?
I'm not allowed to be vexed about what's just happening because he's about to get a dirty player big foul on me. Although if he doesn't stand up the player, it's only 2 assists.
It'll be fine. That's right, Craig. Yes.
What's that? Oh, Hartlepool. Oh, is that right? Okay. Yeah, he's just stood him up now. So our best player, second best player, getting stood on. But he got sent off. Good.
Passive sending off. Well done, Joe.
Oh, he actually is sent off. Wow.
Well, that's because the North East smashing. Oh dear, Fant Fox heard it somewheres now, just rolling out the tired old trope of monkey.
What's
You
that?
know the story about the monkey, about why the Hartlepool monkey hangers moniker came about. During the Napoleonic Wars, a French ship was sank off the coast of Hartlepool, and there were a few survivors, amongst whom was a teenage lad, and on battleships of that era, the lad who went around dishing out gunpowders to the cannons to make sure that they had plenty was called the Powder Monkey. They caught, interrogated, and ultimately hung this French teenage lad as a spy, him being a powder monkey. So it wasn't some sort of banana-loving little cute thing that was trying to sell you PG tips. Just saying. But there you go. So that's where the story of monkey hanging comes from. Go on, just change the subject. Go on.
I am. I'm
fascinating anecdote of you got queued up. Come on, hit me.
It's lovely, but I'm going to try and surf this blitzer here.
Oh, okay. I'm up for that. That'd be interesting.
Discovered surf, they call it.
Craig, I don't know. I'm trying to get a job in the northeast, and whilst I'm sort of proving your point, unemployment in the northeast is probably 15%, if that. It's not like there are no jobs. It's just unemployment is higher than elsewhere. And I mean, it depends what jobs you're looking for. If you fancy, building ships or digging coal out of the ground, yes, you're fucked. But there's plenty of other stuff going on. No, Craig, actually, no, there's none. You go there, and the entire place on a Tuesday just stops as they all go down to the dole office and sign on. Everybody, even the millionaires, they're all in. Every single man.
Really?
Soon as you get to Southern Teesside, sign comes up for Middlesbrough. Nobody has got a job until they get to Scotland. None. There are no jobs at all.
Oh.
No, not really.
Right, we got the engineer of the surf that we needed, which is nice.
Craig, you're picking South Bank as possibly the scabbiest part of Middlesbrough, and Middlesbrough's not exactly the high spot of the northeast in itself. I would dare say. I mean, there's bits of London or New York that make South Bank look like bloody Monaco, mate. But South Bank's always. Andy, stop doing that. South Bank's always been a bunch of arse, though, hasn't it? I mean, even during the mid '80s, when Margaret had the economy running great, South Bank was still terrible.
No one liked that surf? Nobody? I thought that was quite good.
It's very good. We're talking about regional geography. It was very good. Right. Well done, mate.
Well, I thought it was very good, that surf. Thanks very much.
We've got Blitzer off, so that's nice. We've got a lineman sent off. So he's currently down to 9 on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 1 sub, so if we can chin somebody.
Loud applause, thank you.
Oh, hang on. Some of them the ultras are throwing flowers at the dugout now. I think it's ironic.
Ironic cheers. Oh no, I don't want to be ironically cheered.
Fant Fox, don't encourage him to do that. He dislocated his shoulder last time he won a tournament. Pat himself on that.
I feel like I can't tell whether the crowd are taking the piss now or not. Oh dear. Okay, so he's now fouling with a blitzer without a bribe.
There is talk of a Mexican wave.
Oh no!
Oh no, Joe.
No.
Regen. He's fine. Florida's just plugged him in. Stuck a plaster on it. He's fine. Whew. I tell you what, you got to love regen, don't you? It's that little extra bite of the cherry. Oh, boom. 20 Phoenix says, do you remember the last time you won a tournament?
What?
When was the last time you won anything? Well, you just won Prem West in
Yeah. I
UK
was
Bowl,
gonna say,
haven't you?
does yesterday count,
That
20
count
Phoenix? And I don't know if you've noticed, what t-shirt am I wearing today? Come on.
with a biscuit pocket on it. Shots fired. Crag,
Yeah.
take cover.
Um.
Booster, hello, mate. What T-shirt are you wearing today? What is it?
Oh wow. One dice. Pow the werewolf. You scumbag.
Dirty.
Fucking
Get off.
scumbag. Oh, get off. Get off. It
Fine.
is. So I play for Team Wales at Blood Bowl, and it is a Team Wales top.
Blood Bowl, isn't it? Ah.
Mm.
Then that's the thing, Fan Fox. That's all he wears is T-shirts. I'd suggested that to give the stream an air of class, we should have, at least a suit and tie, if not black tie. And Wurzel Gummidge here just rocks up like he's been dragged through a hedge backwards. I'm in a suit at the moment. Kurgle, good morning. Welcome back to the program. We've missed you. Steve asked, does Team Well have a sheep logo? I think it probably should. Yet he asks, why not England? It's a bit like Ryan Giggs, I think, that nobody in the England team asked him. So in a fit of pique, because he once met somebody who was Welsh, he went to play for the Welsh team. And now that he's won a bit, and the England lads, I think, probably would let him in. He's already set your tent up in the Welsh camp, haven't you? That's really
Pretty
it.
much.
I mean, he doesn't have the comedy accent or anything. Oh no, Steve Stark. I mean, I'm unemployed. I don't want to go over the top.
Right, so there's another surf here if we get a knockdown, because I can't follow this up.
20 Phoenix says we asked for. You see, that statement to it, 20p, makes it sound like you actually treasure him. That he's a bit like Wayne Rooney. That he gets a lot of stick, but secretly you quite love him, don't you?
I think they do love me. Is there any way of surfing this without? Really.
20 P says, in fairness, most of the Welsh team are English, so completely unlike football then, where the Welsh and Republic of Ireland teams aren't just mostly from the East End of London. Dean Saunders, how Irish is he? Not.
Right, we're going to try and get a foul on the ogre here.
Talking about football, that reminds me, Stubeck, are you still living in Milan? And if you are, do you still maintain friendship with that football chap that we must not mention for his own personal privacy? But are you? Because that was an amazing story. Are we going to stand on the ogre?
We absolutely are going to stand on the ogre, yeah. Everyone likes standing on an ogre.
Stubeck, now I shit you not here, folks. I've seen the photographs on Facebook, and there's plenty of them over an extended period of time. Get in. Got one. Stubeck is active buddies. I mean, go get drunk, go clubbing, drive me car, that kind of buddies, with a top international football megastar playing at Inter Milan. Top star, personal friend of Stubeck.
Oh, wow.
Are you allowed to say who it is, Stu? Or are we being discreet that that's enough information? And any more, and we'll have hello calling us. I know he's retired, but he was top player. Top player. Go on, tell him. Who's your pal?
Go on, throw a reroll at it as well. This I've given him this because I thought it's a one dice. It's unlikely to knock the ball down. and it will expose that blitzer for next turn. We will be able to go and get it. And the ball would have to bobble horrendously for us to lose the ball here. So I've took a calculated risk.
No, fair points to that. That's classy of you, mate. That is classy of you. But honestly, this is not an exaggeration. I was like, "Are you having a laugh?" when he told me. He said, "Look, you can't tell anybody like who he is," but and then he sent me pictures, and it was like, "No fucking way."
Oh no, Sunday's got him hurt.
So
Oh,
this,
fuck's sake!
plug him in. He'll be fine.
He's lost a point in strength. He's
Better not
alright as
have.
well.
He's fine. Oh, I tell you what. Since we gave Florence that manual screwdriver and a car battery, she's worked wonders down in that dugout.
Wow.
He's not going to tell us, Craig, but honestly, it's absolutely top player. I mean, you know, Champions League legend, that kind of thing.
I don't think I ever played in the Champions League. I think I need some more coffee. Let's have some more coffee. This stuff's fucking strong as well. It says a 7 on the side of the box when it's ranked in order of strength. I think a normal coffee is somewhere between a 3 and a 5. It's called high voltage coffee. That's what it's known as.
Well, that's quite appropriate considering that you're playing necromantic, isn't it? That, in fact, that's probably what Florence has just given to Sundis to put him back together. Fantastic.
High voltage coffee. There we go.
Well, it's worked. I mean, we were looking at a niggled white and a strength burst fleshy there.
Yeah, and she's fixed them both, hasn't she? Right. So we need to smash 7 shades out of the agility one now.
Sorry, the crowd are more captivated by who Stuvek's international football star, mate, is. It of that caliber, Yeti. Yes, it seriously of that caliber. Anyway, moving back to the football.
There we go. Down it goes. Only on 10-4, that's fine. Block.
Do you think he's been a bit fast and loose with his players here? Because that agility blitzer whom Fiction's just brought to the ground, surely that's a very valuable asset. He's got him very unprotected.
Well, that's because the last turn I gave him a 1 dice on the ball and he decided that was a good idea. Me, myself, thought it was a really bad idea.
The cat's out the bag. Yes, Stuvek's close personal friends with Joey Barton. No, it's not Joey Barton. Get it.
Oh no, did he get it?
Oh,
did he
hold
get
on.
it though?
I don't think he did.
Oh no, he's been sent off.
He didn't.
He didn't-
Shattered dice went in.
Oh.
Did the referee not take that?
No, he rolled a double. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh well. Double 2. He needed 1 more assist. I was thinking about dodging the wolf out as well. Oh well. Right. So in a lot of ways that was fair. So both of us have had a bribe fail, and
The cat's out of the bag. Yes, Dejan Stankovic. Fucking hell. Why did you do Dejan Stankovic? Let's have a quick head count. Do we outnumber them? 1, 2,
no, it's
3.
not at all, I think.
9 each, right?
In fact, oh for fuck's sake!
No.
He hasn't got any mighty blow, and he's caused 3 casualties. In fact, he
He's
actually
alright.
outnumbers us.
The regen's 100% though, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he outnumbers us. But if we score,
He'll be fine.
we get all our players
Yeah.
back. So now
Yes.
we're going to flip tactics, and we are just going to go and try and literally pile down the field and score, because any yeah, he's faster than us broadly. Although we've got a little bit of a strength advantage.
Well, yes, he's faster, but he's not going to be doing any super exotic dodging. So if we can get Hellboy to mark up a couple and get Hotspur and give him a hand, it's quite reasonable that Fiction and Reticent have off with the ball. Villanich, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, but we're not going to be. Well, we're not going to be able to get out next turn because we're 3 players down because of the zombie that's stunned. So he's got, what is it, 8, and we've got hardly any.
Oh, stop it.
Well, at least it didn't break armor that turn.
No, he didn't.
I'm actually, I don't know how, we're not going to be able to make a safe cage next turn.
I'm thinking screen and
Well, but we won't be
minor
able to,
potatoing.
I don't think we were to screen. Because when the agility 4 blitzer stands up, he will knock out one of the 2 fast players. We've only got 3 players that are quick. One's lying down, and the other, at least one of the other 2 will be tagged. The right place to run away is to go and try and chase down, blitz down the thrower and run away that way. 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7.
I agree.
So I'll stand you up.
Both the lads we want to run away with have got dodge, so they can reasonably get away.
They're gonna have to.
Yet he has to do a bit living land. He used to. In fact, we used to have an office in. Oh, fuck's sake! Honestly, that's better. Go on, get it. We need a random, no reason for it injury here. Come on. Well, stun, that helps. That helps the cause. Funny enough, Bushranger, pursuant to what we was discussing just moments ago, Neil Ruddock is actually from the same town as Crag. He's from Bury. Go on, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Fiction deserves Mighty Blow. His performance in this team to date has been of a Mighty Blow player. He's been our top enforcer, hasn't he? I've got a good feeling about it.
I haven't. He's got 3.
Cheer.
He's got 3 players. No. I'm just being realistic. He should be able to get 2 dice on the ball fairly comfortably here. Yeah, he can.
But be fair, fan folks. Neil Ruddock was pretty famous 20 years ago. He was an England player, don't forget. And I mean, didn't Neil Ruddock, did he ever play for Manchester United, or was he just Borough?
Neil Ruddock. Wasn't he Liverpool?
Yeah,
Neil Razor
Neil
Ruddock.
Razor Ruddock. Yeah, that's
Yeah, he
right.
played for
I
Liverpool.
can't remember. It was ages ago.
Wormthrax, this is the first game of today.
It is only 10:30. You know, it started fairly early. How is the world of international banking going, Stubeck? Still a bit in there.
Yeah, 20p is causing a problem, isn't it? He's got he's doing such an amount of time. Fuck
Oh,
off!
hey. Oh, get off. That's taking the piss. You better not be stunned. He's not. Okay.
No.
That's annoying, isn't it?
Yes.
Glad these one die blocks have started to come unstuck. Has your opponent said anything yet?
I don't think so, no.
You're not being kept in chat-tastic. You are keeping up with the policy of good morning, good luck, blah, aren't you? Being polite.
Mostly.
Not really. That's a no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go and stand over there and in blodge we trust. Yeah, that's the play, isn't it?
That's not unreasonable. Good lad. Come on, Retterson. Now is your time to shine, my friend.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're even going to end up there. Therefore, standing there is more annoying.
I think the story of this. Oh no! Oh, no. The story of why this is proven a struggle is string of one die blocks and bizarre casualties.
He's outbashed us. That's what this is called. He's just flat outbashed us. That's what this is. If he hadn't and there's no reason for him to outbash us. He's just outbashed us. We are really lucky that
He does have a mighty blow, lad, but it's not actually him that's been doing it. It's just been freaks. But you can turn this around still. Don't forget, Ogre's out. He's missing Dirty Player, so that's two major threats gone, and we get every single one of our lads back. Village got outbashed by the crowd yesterday. Well, we've been shown the way home by the pitch in some games, haven't we? But the actual grass is more dangerous. But I mean, if it's not been cut recently, it can get quite long, and you could trip over it, I suppose.
The correct response for me here is that he blitzes with the blodge guy, puts the agility in as the assist, and pushes everyone out. Because if he picks the ball up with the blodge guy, well, I'm getting that back. Fucking hell.
His block dice have been very good, haven't they?
No, his
Really?
casualty dice have been insane.
Oh dear.
That's a 4-player advantage he's got now.
Don't rant. Nobody wants to hear rant. Come on. Deep breath. You can do this. Morning, Huanshi. How are you, mate? Oh, sorry, my mistake. 20 Phoenix has just pointed out that actually now the audience do want to hear you rant. So, you tilt away, mate. I'll make sure I hang on to something so I don't fall off the planet. To be fair, I'm giving you a hard time here. I was watching one of our other favourite streamers uploads last night, and by comparison, you're a little ray of sunshine, so... There we go. Come on, Fiction. Turn it around. Show us how it should be done. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it more than that. Wimthrax is doing a cracking job keeping that Mighty Blow Blitzer busy. Likewise, Hellboy. And those other two over there.
No, this is going to be 2-1. This is going to be 1-0 I can't see any way. Because I haven't got any way of reliably taking that blitzer down. He's not going to give me 2 dice on the ball. He's just not.
Yeah, never know, but yeah, possibly.
Alright, put another way. He fucking well shouldn't. Like, that...
Well, his problem now is he's got to start making dodges if he wants any protection for this ball. So, you know...
He's got to make 2 go for its next turn. Unless he takes the ball. Why are you doing that? That's just silly.
Well, he needs some dodges, and admittedly, the guy needs to dodge with. Oh, the stream seems to have paused. Oh, that's right.
No, it's just him being slow.
No. I got a little spinning polo mint on the screen. Grayed out for a second.
Okay. He shouldn't have done that block first because that block had a chance of eating the reroll. It did eat the reroll, and yeah.
Do you think he's just going for 0-0 at half time here?
No, he's just
because
fucked up.
He's just committed a player that he really needed to help with the scoring effort over to there to go knock Hellboy over.
Yeah, I know. I know it doesn't make sense what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing.
So the ball carrier has to be here at minimum to get the ball to him.
Well, the positives here is if we can get Hotspur next to the ball, he's got guard, and dodging Fiction out is entirely reasonable. So I think you're probably going to get to sack the ball.
Well, his last action is going to be a 3+ dodge. He's going to have to dodge this blitzer out. He's going to have to try and tie up our white.
Well,
and he's going to have to make a 3+, and then so are we.
Well, it's 2+ for you, isn't it?
3, because he's going to try and dodge. Sorry, if he makes his 3+, I'm going to have to make my 3+, so he didn't make it. So we need a 3+ with a team reroll.
And well, don't forget Fiction's got dodge.
Yeah, so with a reroll, 3+ with a reroll.
Yeah. Come on, son, you can do it.
Well, now the question is, do you go for the ball, or do you go for the agility blitzer?
Well, the ball can reach the end zone anyway. And 2 GFIs and he's in. So I would say probably the ball. I'd block that lineman out the way with the zombie first, maybe. Or...
Well, the zombie fail. It's a 1 in 9, isn't it? So.
Yeah, see your point.
Leave it there.
I definitely would go for the ball, because even if you knock the agility blitzer over, he can still reach with a double GFI, and he's got to reroll still. Come on, Fiction, you can do it, sunshine. The dodge is good. Blam! Awesome.
Normal break as well, which is good. It's all right.
Yeah, we've got the West Zombie to bring over, Wormthrax, and then I think we're all right here. It's obviously it's possible, but he's got to roll some dice and a half, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I very hope here. No, we've just freakishly got
we just had the shit kicked out of us.
bashed by the humans. The lads on the bench are actually all regens. We had three removals with regen.
Yeah.
Just freak accidents. But in the plus column, with his dirty players sent off and his ogre is casualtied.
Yeah.
Um, his bribe's gone. His Apo's gone.
Yeah. Steve, 45435. The reason I chose not to take the block was because if it turned over, that was the end of the turn. So although it was the same odds of turning over, the consequence of turning over was horrendous. And I didn't want to give the game two chances at turning me over, as opposed to just giving it one. So he made the 75% pickup. He's dodged out successfully.
Oh, it's annoying, this.
And he didn't make the pass.
That would have been not far off that Nurgle Rotter pass to Nurgle Warrior game yesterday. If he'd have scored there, it wouldn't have been far off that for undeserved.
Indeed. Crag, yeah, it was painful. We both had someone sent off. The only thing is, we both had a bribe fail. So it was nice that, in some ways, that they both failed.
I think with the ogre gone, your chances of turning him over are quite reasonable. The biggest challenge is that he's got that Blodge Blitzer. But, you know, frenzy is poor man's tackle, isn't it, in these circumstances?
Yeah. Right, the only 2 dice block we're giving him here is, for a blitz, is the 2 whites. I don't really want him blitzing a white.
You could swap them with Tomo and Pedro Jack.
He can blitz them.
Well, he hasn't any guards, so he can, but he'd be all horribly out of position, wouldn't he?
What should we go for? See, I like this setup in as much as, because he's got no guard and no strength 4, knocking over the flesh golems is nigh on impossible. There we go. Right, so he can blitz that zombie on 2 dice. He can blitz that zombie on 2 dice. He could, in theory, blitz that on 2 dice. So he's got zombie hits. That's it. Right.
Have you got your hand down your trousers again? You're rustling in nuts.
Me playing with dice. If the block did not fail, you avoid the dodge. Yeah, there was that. Silly Andy not accounting for 1D power. Well, yeah, I mean, he could open his turn with 1D blocks into the white, I suppose. It's not the best idea, I don't think, but you could do it.
He has been Billy 1D, hasn't he? But those sort of things, you get away for it for a bit, but it'll come unstuck.
Yeah, he has also only got 2 rerolls.
Odd, isn't it? Unless he's saving very hard for a third one.
You can normally buy them straight away.
Yeah, they're like humans like orcs. You'd normally get the positions and 3 rerolls without too much stress. That's good. I tell you what, I hope the ball bounces 1 square either side of where it currently is, east or west.
I know, because then he's in a load of trouble.
That'd be smashing, wouldn't it? and Hellboy. Put them off. Make faces at them. Go on, do your scary face. Roar.
Right, so let's assume it touches back, because it could. What will he then do? He'll then look to swap sides on us. So if he swaps sides, what's he going to want to do? He's going to want to break here. So if we make this flank really hard to break through, it's that way around.
Dagon, good morning. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, mate.
Put a dart, I can assist in there. No, it's that way around. So he wants to break through there. He has to put an assist against the sideline.
I don't know, Steve.
All that down.
The guys are speculating as to why he's only got 2 rerolls. Don't forget, this team's also must have played several games because he's got quite a few skills dotted around. So the only thing I can think of is that he intentionally is just rocking 2 rerolls. Maybe he's thinking that he wants to take leader on the thrower and go that route. But 2 rerolls is very light, isn't it?
Oh, he has got an extra player. He started the game with 12. So it's 10 plays 11 at the minute. Now that thrower can fetch the ball, but he's going to have to make at least 1 GFI to get back out again. Okay, he's going to pick it up with the agility 4.
Well, I mean, looking at his players, he's got 11 points, 7 points, 10 points, 5 points, 6 points, 5 points. This isn't a new team. I reckon he's played half a dozen games. Wild guess. I didn't look.
I agree. He's certainly played games. He might have had a lead that died. Yeah, maybe, because actually the thrower doesn't have a lot of star player points on him. So, maybe. Now, it is very sunny, by the way. So, if he's looking at trying to pick up the ball with the thrower and then throw it backwards, it is very sunny. Let's see whether he's remembered that.
This just strengthens my resolve, that we want to give next zombie to level, not a second dirty player, but go for a kicker. I really would like to see that. With the pace of the Wolves, and if we get a second ghoul at once at some stage, being able to place the ball, this is giving him endless headaches, this kick. What he did, that's quite sensible. I have to respect that. However, he has rather hung out to dry Detlef Volts, the southeasternmost lineman. Very easy to serve him. And arguably, you could pick others. Oh, what with a 1-die? Blocks again. Sod off.
Yeah. Right, let's wander the flesh golem into the middle of the field. We don't want to let him get through.
He's got a name, We write him on the back of the shirts just to help you out.
Tomo, thanks for the host. Right, block.
Cheers, Tomo. Are you alright, son?
Can I fill in that square there? Because if I can, I can push this along. You need to fill in all those squares. That's not going to happen.
Lazira Cazette, thank you ever so much for the follow. Welcome to the programme. Thanks, Tomo. These are not the block dice you were looking for. Come on, lads.
No,
Hit them
they're
like you
not.
mean it.
They're
They're
not,
not
are they?
catastrophic, but could be better.
Right, alright, we're not going to go for the surf this turn. I'm just going to try and protect. Um,
Fiction. Fiction again. What a professional. He's a very good boy, is Fiction.
he's quite good. Right, that wolf's going to have to go there. Right, so we've got 2 dice. Block. I'm wondering if he wants to try and swap sides on us, you see.
He could try, but we're pretty even for pace overall, aren't we? Broadly speaking.
Mostly, yeah. He would therefore be better off just setting this up as a 3 dice block, I think. Yeah, let's make that a 3 dice block.
Do you think is it acceptable in the modern game? I mean, Reticence just poured a little pepper and salt on Detlet Foltz on his foot, and is drooling slightly. Is that a bit strong, or is that all right? I mean, the message it sends out to the young fans is a bit tasteless, but you know, I suppose he's a goal.
These dice are fucking shite. They
All
are
right,
really piss
yes,
poor.
yes, they are very bad indeed. Stop this. There we go. Right, chin that one. We had a bit of luck. This has been rubbish.
Push that there is fine.
Stun.
Yeah, I think he's going to try and swap on us. That's what I think he's going to try and do.
Yeah, I think you're right. Pedro Jack, I mean, how very dare you? I saw you in the channel watching our mutual friend the other day. By comparison, this is just smiles and sunshine all the bloody way, isn't it?
I don't know.
I watched that Lizard versus Dwarf game, match day 7.
Was he not very happy?
Not a no, not well. Dead Saurus, and he's playing against a dwarf who built a troll slayer whose only skill was piling on. And so, of course, it was ripping him to bits for what a balloon for piling on. And yet, this little ginger twat was piling on every single turn and casualty. He killed a Saurus, injured the Crocs, got another. I mean, it was working, and that was the annoying thing, that the lad had built the team really quite suboptimally, but it was completely working. Hi, Anarian. How are you doing, sunshine?
Straight piling on's an interesting skill because probably against armor 7, I don't know if I don't know what the maths are, but I bet it's not insane.
Funny you should mention that. This was the discussion on the stream that, statistically speaking, if you pile on every turn, it's actually better than Mighty Blow. But that's a big if, because of course there are plenty of occasions where piling on is a very unwise thing to do.
Yeah.
Are you going to get counterfouled? Are you failing to provide an assist? Are you going to be out of position when he gets up and runs away from you? All that. But this lad was just auto piling on.
Which is
and it worked.
Which is kind of the right thing to do. If you've got piling on, you really should be looking to your point of your blitz each turn should be, how am I going to engineer myself to get my most dangerous player to do the most damage every turn? It's the mentality of what you should be having. That's the same whether you're playing elves or whether you're playing 2.5k killer chaos. And then the next question that should be going through your head is, if I do this blitz with my most dangerous player, am I giving up any position? for doing so. Is there a positionally better blitz somewhere out there? And as part of it, I would be piling on every turn. I want to pile on as much as possible.
Yeah.
I want to. I want
In the
to.
context of what the other lad was doing, you're right, but that wasn't that advanced level of thinking was not part of the equation. This guy was just throwing random 2-die blocks, giving up position
Oh,
to
okay.
throw block, and he was playing dwarves. Don't forget, so he had dwarves all over the place,
Yeah,
which is
okay.
the last thing you want. I mean, Jimmy won, and he was unlucky not to win. I think he won 1-0. It should have been 2 if he'd had even remotely reasonable dice, but he didn't. He had shit dice.
Someone having shit dice. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So we've got 2 dice block
So
there,
it's
2 dice
so
block
it's not
there, 2
just
dice
you.
block there.
It's not just you. Cheer up.
We need to drag ourselves back that way without getting too far back that way. So, are there any moves we want to do first? Well, I'd quite like to tie that up. Actually, right. I can't move that flesh golem until I see what happens with that block. So it's both down, he gets to stand this side. If it's not both down, he has to wander off and stand there. Zombie. Zombie's going to probably come in field. But depending on that, that might be the blitz target this turn. And then we're going to stand the remaining pieces over here.
Couple of points in the chat there. That's a very good point, Thomas. Some guys want to have fun, and to be honest, based on the chat, that is absolutely what this lad was doing. He got a bit of a hard time from the viewership, although obviously he couldn't see that. But yes, that is a fair point. And Mishaps beat Vilnic yesterday with his baby Chaos because Woodelf failed to catch the ball in a scatter. Well, that serves him right, doesn't it? But yeah, baby Chaos Vilnic. I'm about to enter that world myself in UK Bubble. I've re-rolled to Chaos for next season. And I know there's going to be times where I'm thinking, why did I do this? I'd got super developed dwarves that, when dwarves get to the stage at about 1700, where virtually every fucker, including the tea ladies, got guard. Mighty Blow was starting to appear, not across the board, but I must have had 5. I'd got an agility runner. I'd got a strength movement blitzer. That, as dwarves go, this was a promising team, but I just found them dull as hell, and I wanted to revert to Chaos. And I'm going to regret that at certain stages. I know I am. All part of the magic of Blood Bowl, though, eh, kids? Oh, come on. Come on, would you a casualty at some stage? Steve's asking, did anyone see Llama Chomp's Air Chaos? This is where he had an Agility 5 Chaos Warrior and Beast. Do you mean... Oh, got one. Do you mean Minotaur? And one of them, or both of them, had Leap. I tell you, one of the things, although Chaos Warriors can obviously roll agility skills, and some people take it, I'm not a fan. Even with Agility 5, giving a Chaos Warrior Leap, some of the things that aren't immediately obvious until you've played with them a bit, one of the key attributes you need on a Leap player is movement. Because you can maybe leap to where you want to go, but then what? that when you're sacking a ball, you need to sort of do the hit and then move a bit. And I had a movement 7 leaping goat, and the fact he was movement 7 was
Yeah, it makes a big
absolutely
difference.
vital.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. So taking it on a Chaos Warrior, whilst novel, it's frustrating because he runs out of movement too quick.
Yeah, because you've got to be. If you're going to leap into the cage is already 2 squares away, so you've got to be right
Yes.
next to him.
And that's the thing with your leaping player, you often aren't right next to them because you're standing off. Pug, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to the programme. Good to have you aboard, mate.
That was a Beastman with agility 5. Beast's alright. Beastman's okay. Right. So, with chain pushing the flesh golem into the ball carrier, we're making him have to do. He's going to make him split his team up a little. Oh, come on. Honestly, some things grate me more than others. And the point of it was to try and split some of his team up, making a ball sack a little bit easier this turn. I don't think he can get in front of the ball carrier now, can he?
That's what I was just thinking. I was also counting how many squares was
One,
Tony
two,
plays
three,
poorly
4,
away.
5, 6.
I don't think you can, you know.
We might end up having to, we might end up not going for the surf. We might have to come around the other side. I don't know. The more dice he makes, the more difficult this becomes.
It's poor play, that, because there was lots to go wrong there, and if it did, the downside was epic. It was basically have the ball, please, on my drive. Yeah, that wasn't clever, but because he's got away with it, he's still got both these bloody rerolls left. Honestly, oh man.
Where's my coffee? Drink some more of that.
You're welcome, Craig, and I'm glad you enjoyed that. Was it? Ha! There we go. Okay, a sliver of justice is creeping in. A sliver of justice. Well, what I'm thinking now is liberate fiction to actually do the blitz, and Tony plays poorly, goes around the other side to lend the assist, and then mark every bugger else up.
You get 2 dice into 2 dice there.
Was it you or me that said ball sack? Because it made Crag laugh.
Why doesn't he go for it?
Oh, cheers, Steve. Yeah, apparently he did start with 12 players and 2 rerolls. That was his initial lineup.
Put that guard in anyway. No. Right, okay, so we'll have to do a chain push to save ourselves a go for it, I think. We need to make a singular go for it first. Is the guard white more valuable down there? 1, 2, 3, 4. God, the fucking Necro is so slow. If that ghoul wasn't stunned, this would be so much easier.
You can look at the replays, Velahopia, and then look at the team lineups that way. I don't know if there's a quick way, but that's one way that you can do it. He doesn't mean anything by it, Craig. Andy's got lots of processing power when it comes to Blood Bowl, but it does take up the entirety of his brain. And often I will ask him a direct question whilst he's thinking about something else. And he will know that noise has happened, but he won't have comprehended anything I've said. But that's normal, and it's okay. Come on. Got it. Go on, Fiction. Kill it. Kill it with fire. Or catch the ball. That's almost as good.
Yeah, that is actually better, isn't it? In a lot of ways.
Yeah, happy with that, I think. Well, that's a very decent position. Ah, yes. Hellboy comes down and marks that blitzer. Does he? Oh, no, he doesn't.
He comes and marks that one.
Okay.
So he's going to be able to get one dice on the ball because he can bring the blitzer that we haven't done anything with to do something. So he can get one die on the ball, but he then can't go and score with it because that blitzer can't get up, knock the ball out of my hands, pick it up, and run into the end zone.
It's 17% or 33 with a reroll because he's hitting Fiction, who's got blodge. Lest we forget, Fiction is a blodge player. So come on, Fiction, you can hang on to that ball. It's yours, sunshine. There's a good boy.
And Fiction, you level if you hold on to it until the end of the game.
Added incentive for Fiction. I don't think Fiction's here this morning yet, is he?
I don't know. I think Fiction's American, so he's probably asleep.
He's probably asleep.
Mm.
Hello, Gruff. It is indeed the first match of the day, and it's been interesting game. Well, Nuffle's not been cooperating, but it's still possibly going to be all right. I'm going to go out there and say it's going to be all right.
Oh, I like what he's just done there. So he's cancelled out 2 assists. He can get a 1 dice block. Sorry, 2 dice on the zombie, which then frees up. We get to this player here that I keep clicking furiously, who can then 1 dice the ball carrier. If he knocked it over and the bounce is favourable, he hasn't used the agility 4 guy yet.
Yes, that was
all right. I'm going to give him credit there. That was neat.
Yes, it was.
I do think he's only realistically got 1 shot at this because next turn we get 3 more players to bring into the action. The Ghoul, the Mighty Blow Mighty Blow Guard White, and a random Tomo shaped zombie.
Yes. He can't get 2 dice. Actually, now why do that? He should have blitzed with the other guy.
No, he now gets 2 dice.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, alright. Oh, fuck me.
Can he use a reroll? Can he please just use a fucking reroll? It's just...
Oh, God, I'm running out of positive. Florence! What was the casualty there? I don't see it.
Badly hurt. Yeah, both pals, yeah.
Still.
Just...
Honestly, jammy twat.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. Positives. Hellboy knocks over Yon Blitzer, but he does need to knock it over. And
It's insane. This game is
Redison
insane.
comes up, surf the ball. 2 die surf on the ball. Redison gains a second assist.
Yeah, but then we get ourselves into trouble. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Well, we've got at least one of the guard whites to bring into play as well. So the amount of trouble will be relatively small. But I mean, he keeps doing stuff that's full of risk, and none of it's failed. It's so annoying. Oh, I know I've tilted. No. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a cup of tea and regain positivity. Because if I go, we're fucked. Oh, why aren't you surfing?
Because I get pinned, and then I get surfed.
All right, then. So you're going to blitz him with Hellboy, then, eh?
Gonna try. Is it me, or are these just... am I being unreasonable with my expectation level?
We can't now Villanich, but that's because the original we had the 2 whites hadn't moved and they were being marked by 1 guy. My intention was that one of them moves him out the way, but it didn't happen. So yes, now you're right. Oh dear. Of course, Sundisk's stranded up there, marking some no-mark linemen. Fair play, Villanich. I'm out of tea and coffee at the moment, so I've got to go and make some. That's probably what's addling my mind. Oh, come on!
That's just unfair. That's just unfair.
It sucks. Oh, fuck's sake! Right, kettle on. Back in a minute. I've gone off. Back in a minute.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 dice, no knockdown. You can't beat the dice when they do things like that to you. You just can't beat them. You just can't. Oh, 10 dice easy reroll. Oh, well, Douchy, thanks very much. That makes me feel loads better. It's just been vile, this game. Absolutely vile. Craig, the only thing that I just don't think everyone appreciates when I get annoyed is that I don't really play any differently. I verbalise my annoyance. And I get complained at for verbalising it. And I guess that's the difference. When you're streaming, I suppose you're not supposed to verbalise your annoyance because it's uncool. But I have been playing this for, 6, 7, 8 years. And in all of that time, that's kind of what I've been doing. So it's very difficult to all of a sudden not verbalise being annoyed because I'm fucking annoyed. Like there's no other way of getting around it.
Hello. This is Blood Bowl. Quite right, Furry.
Because there's no way we should lose this game. No way at all. This should be easy.
Jelly L, you alright? Chivalric Son, hello, mate.
Keep in place.
Dalchi.
It has been recently, Manzo, I think. But most games I'm struggling to go, oh yeah, that went well. So I mean, you can contrast. Why don't you contrast the two turns that we've just had? So his turn, random 1 dice block, no skull. 3+ dodge, 2+ dodge, blitz, block down the ghoul. All of those things have all happened before the reroll's gone. We threw 10 dice at a ball carrier to knock it over, and we ended up getting one of our players KO'd. There's no relative balance there.
It's all relative. I've seen worse.
Well,
No, salt, I mean, not the dice. Oh, the dice are absolutely diabolical. Come on, Sundays. Give us a little bit of brightness in this miserable... No. We knocked it over, stunned it, I suppose. Nothing. You didn't want both down there?
nope. I do, but I need to move the white round.
Got you. Come on, Hellboy, you did the hard bit. Well done, son. Now chin it. Absolutely twat it. Go on, go on. Yes, get in. Go on, about time.
Where's the ball going to go, though?
He's just going to give it to them. Hello, Pidpad. Something worked, Steve. Do you know what? I'm going to write that down in case it doesn't happen again. Go on. Oh, dear.
So we've used dodge there to get to there. You'd be better off leaving him stood up, I suspect. So let's just be done at that. Was nice something worked?
Yes, that's a sign that the tide has changed. Definitely, the tide has definitely changed. Everything's okay. Oh, I should have mentioned, by the way, you know when Stubeck was on earlier, also big friends with Scud. So it's a small world, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Morning, cornflakes. I think I'm going to have a frosty shortly. What have you missed? I'm going to let the crowd answer that one.
Don't ask.
Because I feel like I might put an unfair spin on it. It's been a game. Lots of salt. Yeah, a little bit of salt. And I'm sorry. I apologise for the...
Well, I don't
saltiness.
know. I give you a hard time about the salt, but Jaleel was actually in that stream that I was watching on YouTube last night. Jaleel, do you remember Jimmy's 7th game with the Lizards against the Dwarves? Must have been the last day or two. Do you remember watching that one?
Yeah. Can I? Because I'd like to just. We talked about this yesterday, and this is going way off what you were just talking about. I'm sorry, but I wanted to see if people recognise this. If it works.
Very nice what? Multi-minded, you're really going out on a limb there, mate. Controversy, love it. Andy, what is it that you are now...
Is it picking it up? I don't know if it's picking it up. Can you guys hear some music in the background?
I can't hear anything. Though I'm guessing they're listening to it via a different route than me.
They're listening through the stream. Is it too loud? Right. The worst confirmation bias. Wow. You don't like it?
Peterino. Sounded like a bit of prog rock there. I only got a glimpse of it. I turned the mute off. The question is, though, Yami, does Andy find it calming? Because that's what I'm interested in as assistant manager of this franchise. Dorino, so all working and all systems green. Fantastic, nice one, mate. Come on, Tony, chin it. Claw his eyes out. Well, you knocked him over, that's the main thing. Good lad.
It didn't really pick it up as well as I hoped.
I knocked mute off the stream and it did actually sound fine. But, couple of questions. Look, finish your turn and then I'll ask you.
Indeed.
Oh,
it was the guitar intro
to
Streets of Rage was what it is.
Streets. I'm not familiar with that. We can't use music though, can we? Because it gets muted out and audio ended.
Oh, this is true.
Oh,
right.
God, he picks.
Where can I go and get the ball? So he needs to go forward, really.
Duke says, "Am I in an elevator?"
Oh dear. Right.
No, that's always elevator music's always Girl from Ipanema, isn't it? No, it just makes you want to kill yourself, doesn't it? Dear me.
Right, I'm not going to touch the other blocks because they're worse if they fail. I was looking around at just video game music from the 90s and whatever, of when I used to play on the Sega Mega Drive and all the rest of it. And I found that, and I quite liked it, and I thought it was quite good. So, has anyone got any video games that they really liked from way back when? Some music that's sort of iconic.
I would say look up Amiga game music. There'll be loads of stuff of compilations of that. Yeah, Mega Blast, Xenon, Blood Money. The Commodore Amiga was known for having really good sound chips, and so as a consequence, nearly all the scrolling shooters had absolutely kick-ass soundtracks to them. Something went right, Redison, you legend. This could be fine. Andy. Look what happened.
I know. I'm actually just looking at this, going.
Yes, Doom was good as well. Music in Doom. But my question still stands, though, Andy. Isn't this music? It is copyrighted, and therefore you can't use it.
I think so.
Isn't that right?
I think so. Right. Let's go and put one player in scoring range that he can't touch, just in case rubbish happens to us, because it might. So, I'll put that in. That white is now in scoring range. So Hotspur is providing a a bit of fun if we don't get... There we go, we did. We're okay.
Rafa Suero, good morning to you, my friend. How are you?
Stop that agility guy coming and being annoying. Now I'd like to go and get the flesh golem up here to block this away. So we need to get a 2 dice block there. On the basis we need to get a 2 dice block there, we can either put the white as an assist in here, or we can put him in here. I think I'm going to put him in here to protect the wolf a little bit.
Just put a link in the chat there, Andy. That was a hell of a tune. Mega Blast from Zen.
Okay, we got the knockdown that we needed. There we go.
Rafa Suera, I think that is entirely reasonable summarization of the game. But as in all good fairy tales, no matter how dark it might have seemed in the middle, everything's going to be all right in the end. Reticent has the ball.
5, 6, 7,
He's got Hotspur with him, and they all lived happily ever after.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At best, he can base the ball if he wants to make a load of dodging. Mega Blast. I'm not sure I know that tune.
Take 30 seconds because it's got a bit of an intro, and then it jumps into the main thing. But there's loads of them. There's a lot of Amiga games that it was a bit of a thing that with the Amiga that the soundtracks they often got in pop stars at the time. Who am I thinking of? Somebody relatively famous did Mega Blast. Yeah, Bomb the Bass did that there. They actually released it as singles. You had the the extended beat this mix.
Oh, Tony plays poorly. Nearly levelled. God, that was hard work. Right, sure hands on the ghoul or block on the ghoul? That is the question. Both are solid. Both are worth something. I think I'm going to go block just to make him a little bit more durable.
God, yeah, I remember that. I'm sorry, I'm just getting a reminiscent about Xenon. What great that was. Ah, dear. Yeah, multi-minded. He's pointed out, you look a noob, Andy. You completely spawned that. Right,